Hello everyone, I am Mr. Ishitu Tasfaye, your biology teacher. This is grade 12 biology, week 17. The lesson for this week is chapter 35 review and assessment. Your textbook page 1029 to 1031. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to summarize the key concepts in the chapter and answer the questions regarding immune system and disease. Let's begin the lesson with summary of the key concepts in this chapter. First, chapter 35, lesson 1, infectious disease. Under this lesson, we discussed about infectious disease and their causative agent. The causative agents of infectious disease are microorganisms, the likes of viruses, bacteria, fungi, unicellular eukaryotes or protists, and parasitic worms. And then we discussed about the ways of transmission of infectious disease. Some diseases are spread through coughing, sneezing, and physical contact or exchange of body fluids. Some other diseases are spread through contaminated water or food. And still some other diseases are spread to humans from infected animals. This type of disease are called zoonosis. Now, the main points under the second lesson of the chapter, defense against infection. Under this lesson, we discussed three lines of defense of the immune system. The first one is the non-specific defenses like skin, tears, and other secretions make up the first line of defense. And the second line of defense is made of inflammatory response, interferons, and fever. Then we conclude the lesson, this lesson, meaning chapter 35, lesson 2, with the immune system's specific defense, which is the third line of defense. This is the type of defense that identify between self and other, and they inactivate or kill any foreign substance or cells that enter the body. The specific immune response has two main styles of action: the humoral immunity, or also called B cell response, and the cell mediated immunity, or also called the T cell response. Let's see the key points we discussed in chapter 35, lesson 3, fighting infectious disease. Under this lesson, we discussed vaccination stimulates the immune system with an antigen. The immune system produces memory B cells and memory T cells that quicken and strengthen the body's response to repeated infection. Antibodies produced against a pathogen by other individuals or animals can be used to produce temporary immunity. We also discussed the importance of public health. Public health measures help prevent disease by monitoring and regulating food and water supplies, promoting vaccination, and promoting behaviors that avoid infection. Antibiotics can kill bacteria, and some antiviral medications can slow down viral activity. Two major reasons for the emergence of new diseases are the ongoing merging of human and animal habitats and the increase in the exotic animal trade. And finally, we discussed also the side effect of misuse of medications. Misuse of medications has led to the re-emergence of diseases that many people thought were under control. Then to the last lesson of the chapter, which is immune system disorders. Under this lesson, we discuss the following main points. A strong immune response to harmless antigens can produce allergies, asthma, and autoimmune disease. When the immune system attacks the body's own cells, it produces a condition called autoimmune disease. In 1983, researchers identified the cause of AIDS, which is a virus, HIV, an abbreviation for human immunodeficiency virus. The only no-risk behavior with respect to HIV transmission is abstinence from sexual activity and intravenous drug use. Part 2 assessment in the chapter. First, chapter 35, lesson 1, infectious disease. Okay, question number 1. Any change other than an injury that disrupts the normal functions of a person's body system is A. Disease, B. Toxin, C. Pathogen, D. Vector. The correct answer is disease. Question number 2. Disease-causing agents such as viruses, bacteria, and fungi are known as A. Antibodies, B. Pathogens, C. Antigens, D. Toxins. The correct answer is pathogens. Question number 3. What is the germ theory of disease? The right answer is that germ theory of disease is about infectious disease agents. So infectious diseases are changes that disrupt normal body functions caused by microorganisms. And question number 4. What do researchers use Koch's postulate to determine? Researchers use Koch's postulate to determine or to identify the microorganisms that cause a specific disease. Question number 5. List 5 types of agents that can produce infectious disease. Give an example of a disease that each specific pathogen may cause. The 5 types of agents that cause or produce infectious disease are virus, and diseases that are caused by virus can be influenza, common cold, okay, and the like. The second one is bacteria, and a disease that can be caused by bacteria can be anthrax. Third one is fungi, and an example of disease caused by fungi is an athlete's foot. The fourth one, single-celled eukaryotes or protists, and the disease that can be caused by protists is malaria. And finally, parasitic worms, and one of the example of disease caused by parasitic worms is trichinosis. Question number 6. What is zoonosis? Zoonosis is a disease that can be transmitted from animals to humans. Question number 8. Why is the fourth step of Koch's postulate necessary to prove that a disease is caused by a specific pathogen? The answer is the fourth step is necessary because it shows that the pathogen causing the disease in the second host is the same pathogen that caused disease in the first host. Now, questions in chapter 35, lesson 2, defenses against infectious disease. Question number 10. The body's most widespread non-specific defense against pathogens is or are A. Tears, B. Mucus, C. Saliva, D. Skin. The correct answer is skin. Question number 11. A non-specific defense reaction to tissue damage caused by injury or infection is known as A. The inflammatory response, B. Active immunity, C. Cell-mediated immunity, and D. Passive immunity. The right answer is the inflammatory response. Question number 12. What are antibodies? Describe their form and function. Antibodies are proteins produced by the immune system in response to antigens, and antibodies may be attached to particular immune cells or may be free-floating in the plasma. The shape of each antibody allows it to attach to one specific antigen. Question number 13. Describe the roles of helper T cells and cytotoxic T cells. Helper T cells respond to signals from infected cells by activating B cells and cytotoxic T cells and by producing more helper T cells and memory T cells, while cytotoxic T cells hunt down infected body cells and kill them by puncturing their membranes or initiating apoptosis. Question number 14. Distinguish between humoral immunity and cell-mediated immunity. The answer. In humoral immunity, antibodies defend against antigens in body fluids, while in cell-mediated immunity, it involves T cells defending the body against pathogens inside body cells. Question number 16. How does the secondary response to an antigen differ from the primary response to an antigen? As you all know, the secondary response to an antigen happens very fast as compared to the first. Assessment questions from the third lesson of the chapter, Fighting Infectious Disease. Question number 17. Injecting antibodies from an animal to help prevent a disease from occurring in a human is called A. Active immunity, B. Passive immunity, C. Antibody therapy, and D. Vaccination. The correct answer is D. Vaccination. Question number 18. What is a common goal of researchers who develop antibiotics and antiviral drugs? A. To kill bacteria, B. To prevent infections, C. To stop pathogens without harming host cells, and D. To kill viruses. The correct answer is C, which is to stop pathogens without harming host cells. Question number 19. Who discovered the first antibiotic and how did he discover it? Very simple question. The person who discovered the first antibiotic, penicillin, is Alexander Fleming. And how did he discover it? He noted that a mold seemed to produce a substance that inhibited bacterial growth. The substance eventually was mass produced as penicillin. And question number 20. Explain 2 ways that public health has influenced the prevention of infectious disease. Correct answer. Promoting of childhood vaccination and providing clean drinking water. And finally, assessment questions from the last lesson of the chapter, immune system disorders. Question number 25. A strong response by a person's immune system to a harmless antigen in the environment is called A. Cell-mediated immunity, B. An allergy, C. Inflammatory response, and D. An autoimmune disease. The correct answer is an allergy. Question number 26. The main target cells of HIV are A. Insulin-producing cells in the pancreas, B. T lymphocytes, C. B lymphocytes, and D. Cells in the liver. The correct answer is T lymphocytes. Question number 27. Explain why allergies are not classified as autoimmune disease. Sample answer. In an autoimmune disease, the immune system attacks the body's own cells, while in an allergy, the immune system overreacts to harmless antigens. Question number 28. Describe the specific action of HIV that makes an infected person unable to fight off other infections. The answer is HIV attacks key cells of the immune system, especially the helper T cells and the killer T cells, leaving the body with inadequate protection against other pathogens or opportunistic diseases. That's all for this week. Thank you very much for watching.